Good morning. I'm Pastor Carla Elliott, and I am here today to welcome you to the third week of our Foolish Love Lenten series. And this week, we are focusing on how foolish love is unfair. Today, we have two readings to help us illustrate our lesson, starting with Matthew 18, verses 12 through 13. What do you think? If someone had 100 sheep and one of them wandered off, wouldn't he leave the 99 on the hillsides and go in search for the one that wandered off? If he finds it, I assure you that he is happier about having that one sheep than about the 99 who didn't wander off. And we continue with Jesus speaking to us in Matthew 20, verses 1 through 16. The kingdom of heaven is like a landowner who went out early in the morning to hire workers for his vineyard. After he agreed with the workers to pay them a denarian, he sent them into the vineyards. Then he went out around 9 in the morning and saw others standing around the marketplace doing nothing. And he said to them, "You also go into the vineyard, and I'll pay you whatever is right." And they went. Again, around noon, and then at 3 in the afternoon, he did the same thing. Around 5 in the afternoon, he went and found others standing around, and he said to them, "Why are you just standing around here doing nothing all day long?" "Because nobody has hired us," they replied. He responded, "You also go into the vineyard." When evening came, the owner of the vineyard said to his manager, "Call the workers and give them their wages, beginning with the last ones hired and moving on finally to the first." When those who were hired at 5 in the afternoon came, each one received a denarian. Now when those hired first came, they thought they would receive more. But each of them also received a denarian. When they received it, they grumbled against the landowner. "These who were hired last worked 1 hour, and they received the same pay as we did, even though we had to work the whole day in the hot sun." But he replied to one of them, "Friend, I did you no wrong. Didn't I agree to pay you a denarian? Take what belongs to you and go. I want to give to this one who was hired last the same as I give to you. Don't I have the right to do what I want with that what belongs to me? Or are you resentful because I'm generous?" So those who are last will be first, and those who are first will be last. In this week's journey through our Foolish Love series, we encounter a love that turns our understanding of fairness on its head. Our first passage shows us the shepherd's relentless pursuit of the one lost sheep, a powerful depiction of God's love that doesn't calculate worth or deservingness. Similarly, when we talk about the parable of the workers in the vineyard, that one challenges our notions of fairness, revealing a love that is generously given, not earned based on hours worked or the timing of our arrival. In God's realm, love is not meted out in measures of fairness as we understand it, but is instead lavishly poured out, reflecting a grace that is both radical and inclusive. This foolish love invites us into a realm where the last can be first and the first last, urging us all to embrace a grace that is freely given to all, regardless of our expectations or sense of equality. As you move through your week this week, I invite you to ponder this. How can we embody this foolish love in our daily interactions, extending grace in ways that might seem unfair or unexpected, yet mirrors the inclusive love of God? Let's close in prayer. Loving God, whose ways are not our ways and whose generosity knows no bounds, open our hearts to the beauty of your foolish love. Help us to see beyond our limited views of fairness, to embrace your grace that reaches out to everyone, no matter their story. Inspire us to reflect your inclusive love in all that we do, making room for the unexpected ways you call us to share your love with the world. In all things, may we be guided by your spirit of generosity and grace. Amen.